We had a great time. I love Chance, and I'm gonna miss him. And he's incredible in this movie.
Yeah, he
And
is.
it's so nice to be able to share it with everybody.
There are no good men. So first and foremost, my name is Nigeria Chambers. I am from Big Gold Belt Media. It's a pleasure to talk to you today about your new film, Bad Man, in theaters now and soon to be released digital and on demand. How you feeling today?
Doing good. How about you?
Good, good. Has it been a long press day for you?
No, no, it's been
Okay,
easy.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
it's chill.
Uh, good, good. Well, I appreciate the time. I know it's been a busy last 2 weeks in terms of the premiere, promoting the film, and then all the press stuff you've done this week. Um, man, I think I think when I approached this film and I saw your name and I saw Sean's name, I just thought I was just gonna have like an off the rails, action comedy, and it was completely funny, but there was a lot of just really great moments that just really stuck to the action. That's the first thing I want to give you respect to, is the physicality in it. And it wasn't just like it was senseless bullets flying around. Like I thought the choreography made low key be very underrated aspect. It's one of the best parts of this film, especially that third act. And not only was bullets flying, I felt like there was a good measure of hand to hand combat kind of going on in there too. So I wonder for you as an actor, man, when you kind of look at a project, you look at all the names involved, you kind of look at the arc of the story, but when you nail in that third act, because usually dramas, they kind of literally, or comedies, they kind of really resolve in like the big ha moment, the twist and turn. But this one actually gave us a big fight scene that I think will look fantastic on the big screen. Which, if you do get a chance to check it out on the big screen, folks, do so. But for you, just when you saw that in the script, what was sort of your excitement and approach, and ultimately, how did you feel about the execution?
Well, thank you. I really appreciate you saying that. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I agree. I think when I saw it last week on the big screen, and I was like, this is it really the way Michael Diliberti and everybody put it together in post production. Everything. I think we shot this in like 3 weeks or something like that, 21 days,
Hmm.
and it was 6-day weeks. Everything was like we were shooting 15 pages a day or something like that, and so the action stuff. I think we started shooting somewhere around the middle, and it was awesome. The stunt team was incredible. They taught us like hand-to-hand combat, you know, a lot of the stuff about how to make it look real. And then a lot of it, we just went for it on some of them, like as much as we could. And I have fun doing that.
Yeah.
That's like that to think that that's a job in some way. You're just like, but I really liked it. There was one scene too, where Sean William Scott, I mean, oh, well, it's not. Yeah, we're like chasing somebody,
Yeah.
and yeah, I do this huge punch and knock the guy out, and I don't know that's just like it's pretty wild.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it. I watched it twice. And I got to watch it at home. I really do want to get out and check it out in the theaters. Yeah, I was just very like impressed. I was obviously at the chops, and I definitely want to talk to you about some of the comedic chops. But ultimately, I just sat back. I was like, man, this is like just solid, great action. Which, before I get to my question about the acting chops, I gotta cheat ahead a little bit. I'm curious to know, what has your conversation been with Michael and JJ about a sequel, because we're fully immersed in this world now, and I think it would be irresponsible for us to not see Sam on the other end of things. And we know Sam's art right now is pretty much about his dedication, his loyalty through to his community, working through some love interest, always sort of got his detective hat, not really a trusting person, but like to be the man in charge now, to kind of let go of some of the responsibilities he might have felt from his father. He solved the crime. He did it the right way, which is probably something I'll leave for the fans to kind of determine at the end how they really feel about that. But ultimately, as the man now, have you had a conversation? Has there been a conversation? And if you have not, what would you pitch to have Bad Guy 2?
No, there hasn't been a conversation, but that would be awesome. I'd definitely be open to that. I have no idea. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I have
Just
no idea, but I like that
send the
idea.
text,
I love
buddy.
it. I
Send the
will.
text,
I'm gonna
buddy.
do it right after this. Yeah, we gotta make a sequel. Of course we
Yeah.
do.
That's the thing as a critic and just ultimately a fan of cinema is that like sometimes you do go to the theaters and you see a film, you're like, that was great, and you just kind of leave it there. I think what has gotten better over the years is comedies aren't just here for the jokes, they have heart. Actions aren't
Mm.
just there for the stunts. They actually build these characters up. So by the end of it, you're like, I really want to see what the next day is. What's the next, what now that the dynamic has changed, what's after that? And hopefully, with so much more emphasis in independent filmmaking, these directors, writers, or creators, actors, everybody continue to bet on themselves and continue to build the world and tell the stories they want to tell. And I will be damn on board for a Batman too. So I'll put
I
it out there,
appreciate
but you
that.
manifest it, you send a text, and we'll definitely have to see if we come back to talk about that down the line.
I would
Um,
love it.
my
Definitely.
man, my man. Now, I just feel like there's a lot of uh comedic genius in this
Mm.
film. And I do feel like there's opportunities where obviously you read the script, you do your part. I do feel like after a while, the banter from one another feels so organic that there had to be some improv. There had to be either a measure of just gain trust to execute these jokes. And I definitely will take a moment to talk about the organic chemistry I feel like you and Chance had in this film. But I want to know just as an overall cast, did you feel like that was something that you all just developed over the time of filming that the moments started to feel a little easier, the trust, the jokes executed, the riff off of each other? Did it allow for improv, or did it just become all of a sudden just more comfortable and the executions to start to flow much better?
Yeah, I think for me, really, it's all on the page from Michael and JJ. Like everything, like 99% of what we did was on the page. And
Right.
um, what it actually looks like is you I drove down to Alabama to shoot it. And then from basically the next day, you're shooting 6-day weeks, 16, 14, 15-hour days. And then that happens over about 2 or 3 weeks. And
Yeah.
so it's just right from the get. We had like a table read and then we went right into the shoot. But I think it's really nice when a writer or a director has the trust in the cast to also let them go a little bit.
Yeah.
And when we got to do that, when there was time, because we were up against the clock, this was a $750,000 movie, which is wild to think. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, it really, I loved this movie a lot.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
loved working with everybody. And the moments where we got to riff and play around and like, first of all, I couldn't keep it together anyways because it's John William Scott and Rob Riggle and Chance, and it's like they're just all. I don't know. I hope we didn't lose so many takes because of me, because I do remember one thing where Rob Riggle was going and the camera came around me, and then I was just cracking up. Like I'm sitting there doing that, trying to. But I had the best time with them, and yeah, yeah. We definitely built a camaraderie for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, uh, yeah, it was great.
Yeah, I talked to Rob yesterday, and I just told Rob, I was like, it's something about you that from every 5 words you say, I'm just waiting for you to yell something. I can't imagine having to professionally work around him knowing this guy is one of probably the most capable person to go 0 to 100 vocally than anybody else in this world. And he's such a fantastic person, and he had a hell of a time. I had one of my favorite scenes was with him in this film. But one of my favorite
He
lines in
did
this film,
the prayer scene. He did that. He did the 0 to 100 thing where he was
yeah,
like
yeah.
down low. And he said, "And exercise," and he did that. And it was just like, oh my God, I can't keep it together. I mean,
uh,
I was just cracking up.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, send this text too to Michael. The BTS needs to be released on physical media. Like I know there's got to be so many more golden moments in this film. And one of my favorite lines I was going to say, and I wanted to ask you if it was improv, but the "I hate that guy" is something that made me pop every single time because it just was in the
Right.
time it felt like not only his your suspicion for Bobby, but like ultimately it just felt like the proper response for all of like the dick moves that Bobby was doing. It's like this is exactly how you supposed to respond to it. What was that actually improv or was that actually in the script too? 'Cause it's either way, it's
That was
genius.
that was all Michael. That was all Michael JJ.
Oh man, I am going to watch it again. Thank you to the good folks to give me an opportunity to have a screener for this. Uh, I it is you know I just want to be very sensitive in this and say that your work with Chance here, that brotherhood that you can tell you two bond on screen in a short period of time filming is nothing less than iconic because as a black person, I would say, when there's certain jokes and certain conversations and how you navigate certain things, and you could tell there's the trust there, and you could tell that there's time you're just like, they firmly trust each other. They firmly are having a legitimate bond where like color doesn't matter. And when I say color doesn't matter, it's because we know like there's some things kind of said or kind of like could be hinted to that could be sensitive, but you see how things are working organically, and it's really showing that these two people, DJ and Sam, really had each other's backs, and there was a trust and there was a lot of humor to it. It truly feels like a brotherhood, and to me, why I relate to it is because having a white friend I grew up with, this was kind of like our relationship, where it's just like it didn't matter about our colors, but we trust each other. We had normal conversations. We had each other back, talked about girls. We bust each other in the balls about things if need be. And I really, when you sort of nail in on just that dynamic alone, considering that you have this Bobby character coming in near town and trying to run shop, and obviously all the antennas is up about his actions. It's good to see how these two are responding to it and working through everything, along with a lot of meth going on in it. Uh, I don't know if there's a question here more than just an acknowledgement of you two's work. It's fantastic, and I know you hold it dear. We obviously lost Chance way too young, but I think one thing he did leave was a legacy, and I think this film 1 billion% showed just how fantastic of a star he is.
Hmm.
The versatility from seeing his work in Jim V, obviously, but then seeing how my guy got jokes too. Don't get it twisted. Uh, is there anything that you hold near and dear in terms of filming that you may want to share? And if it's obviously something that you're still kind of processing and whatnot, I completely respect that. But nonetheless, first and foremost, nothing but love and respect. Rest in peace to him, and
Hmm.
continued prayers to his family and peers, and to yourself as well through the trying times. But yeah, if there is anything you would like to share, I would love to hear anything. BTS while I was working with, or anything in terms of just honoring him you would like to mention.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, thank you for saying all that. I really, yeah, we had a good time. Like, I still can't believe it. It blows my mind, and I don't know. He was coming to visit, in New York 10 days from when it happened. It's just like, my thoughts and prayers are definitely with
Yeah,
everybody is family, and I still can't believe it. I just can't believe it. But
yeah,
we had a great time. I love Chance, and I'm gonna miss him. And he's incredible in this movie.
yeah, he
And
is.
it's so nice to be able to share it with everybody. And yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I know he'll be super proud of the work you all have done, and I'm sure as he sits above watching down, he's going to have laugh at the work y'all created. The banter right there alone is just worth the watch, and that's why I love this movie because you can nail in on their relationship, have a good time. You know, when you add Bobby into the mix, this suspicious character of authority, walking like he runs everything. The action that's there, the jokes, it's just so much you get from this. And honestly, to be very, very honest, with just so much happening in the world right now, this is why cinema is important because this it gives you and provides you that vacation, that break from everything that's happening. And a lot of talented folks came together to make this happen. Well, Johnny, I really, really enjoy talking to you today, man. You're just fantastic. My eyes are glued to see what you do next. But I'm more importantly going to poke you to make sure that if some way, somehow, we can see, the continued story of Sam as he runs town now. He got the girl, before I leave really quick, I forgot to ask. It seems like you can hold the note. Can you sing? Are you vocally blessed?
I actually sing in this next. So Todd Friedman, who financed and produced the movie, as well as Warner Davis, they asked me to do another project that we just finished up shooting. It's called Last Shot. Got Jamie
Okay.
Presley in it. It's got a great, great crew. And they wanted me to play a country singer, and I was like, what? And and then they had me like sing a song. They were like, yeah, you're gonna sing a song. You're gonna do all this stuff. I'm like, what the hell are you talking? I'm like, just do it. And I think it turned out pretty good. Like I recorded this version of Wayfaring Stranger, which is like in the public domain. So you could just record a version. And me and my friend made one in that over the weekend before we started shooting. And yeah, I mean, I think it sounds good.
Okay. You
Yeah.
sound good, man. At the end, I was like, "Oh, that's a surprise." I felt like I said, "John, try to give us a little bit of something to let him know he real talented out here." I love the two riffs from that. But again, sequel. But for right
Sequel. I'm gonna send
now,
them text.
yes, right now, folks, check out Batman. It is available in theaters and coming soon on demand and digital. Johnny, thank you so much for your time and congratulations on this project. Look forward to talking to you on that project as well too. I'll keep an eye out for it.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, buddy. Anytime.